Where them rooms at? Tell me where they hide it. Microsoft Teams got the connections we're riding. Clicking on the app, but I'm lost in this maze. I need that conference vibe for the collab craze.
It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Michelle, it's Friday. You know what that means.
That means it's the fastest 10 minutes of the week. Selling Microsoft Teams rooms. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're ready for the weekend.
I hope you're ready for the weekend. We got a lot to get to because we weren't here last week, but let's jump right in with a couple of things. First off, there is the blog from InfoComm where Ilya highlighted a whole bunch of things for Teams rooms, Michelle. You know InfoComm is an important part of the year for us.
I heard it was a big event. A lot of stuff announced. I think we're going deeper with all the AI and speaker attribution and stuff that's happening in PMP. I know we'll cover some today, but make sure you go to smtr.show to check out the latest links to this blog.
Yeah, one of the things he posted in the blog is it takes less time to actually deploy these, which is important as we're scaling up and doing more rooms. Also, there's been a lot of things inside of Pro Portal that I wanted to sort of point out. The important reminder, Teams Classic ends on availability of July 1st, 2025. Ensure your Teams rooms are in Windows updated prior to that. We support N and N-1, Michelle. That means there's 2 firmwares that are available for the support. Also, there's expanded Android health signals on device settings and job bulks for changes too.
This, by the way, is one of my favorite pages to keep an eye on. It's the main page of the Pro Management Report. And also make sure that you join the Wednesday, for you morning, for me, afternoon calls, which are the office hours where they talk about all this stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of health signals, there is a new Learn article all about the health signals in the Pro Management Portal. And one new thing that I saw in the Learn articles this week as well, there is an Ask Learn. We now put in an AI assistant into the Learn articles, Michelle.
Yes, and the only thing you have to do is you have to sign in for the Learn application. It's not really a co-pilot. I just tested it. It works quite well. You have to sign in, but then you can ask a bunch of questions about the articles that you're reading.
Yeah, and this Learn article actually, like I said, has all the health signals. They're all documented in there. There's a whole bunch of new information that we have there as well. And speaking of new information, there's this blog that actually amplifies and takes the work trends index a little bit further.
I was looking at this slide. I think I'm above average when it comes to receiving email and Teams messages every day. I try to keep the evening email and meetings low, but those 2-minute interruptions, I think that's happening to me as well. All the stuff that's coming out of Work Trend Index is very useful to go through and do some sort of analysis. I think it's going to help you to understand how to use AI in the workplace.
2-minute interruptions is not where for a guy that has parrots on his shirt and goes, squirrel. Where's the squirrel? But if you look on the right-hand side, the evening email, after-hour messages, evening meetings, weekend work, there's a lot more happening now that we are all attached with mobile. Also, Partner of the Year Awards. Our Microsoft partners are some of the best in the world. We want to make sure that you are recognized appropriately and you get everything in on time. Yes, it is open now. You can submit your Partner of the Year Awards. If you need help, Michelle, I implore all the partners to go to their account managers, make sure that we are helping them with how to submit and how to get all of their information in.
Yeah, it would be great to see some of our Teams Rooms partners pop up on the Partner of the Year Award.
Yes. And speaking of a couple of things that are new, there's these things that have happened this month. Streamlined unified role-based access for Teams device management. Join town halls and webinars as an attendee for Microsoft Teams rooms on Windows, and even local pan tilt Zoom controls for Android. Now, Michelle, you know and I know this is what we get every single month from our friend Martin Baum. It is What's New CMD.
aka.ms/What's New CMD. There's also a co-pilot version. We'll get into that in a second, but make sure you download this. Mostly second week of the month, you get a fresh version. I love this one, by the way. This is the keynote from Jared Spataro at the M365 conference a couple of weeks back. It's about the Work Trend Index and the new frontier. It speaks about agents, where we stand in the world of AI, and how every company will soon have agents on their org chart. It's very interesting to see. It also featured a short interview with a guy that owns a startup. He's like half your age, 1/3 of my age. and he's a multi-millionaire. He's built this business, scaled it out enormously with agents. This is a must watch.
Yeah, we got a lot of feedback at InfoComm last week that people were impacted by this. They thought it was great. They actually watched the whole line and said it was very, very well done. That's why we're highlighting it. Michelle, I know that there's some people that were not able to attend the bootcamp either in person or remotely. Those videos have now been posted at aka.ms/Converge Comms Learning Path. 100%. I'm going to post this today actually on LinkedIn, make sure that everybody knows about it, because I did get private messages. When will you have these videos posted? And they're there now. So make sure to watch it. All of our learning paths for Teams Rooms, Teams Phone, Copilot can be accessed under those AKA links at the bottom there. We want you to get your technical solutions professional exam for Microsoft Places. Michelle, you got yours, right?
I did. It's a pretty tough exam, especially if you're not really much into Places. And remember, it is a technical exam, so you're going to get a lot of very technical questions. I know some of your favorite questions, Jimmy, is about PowerShell, and I think you have one that we're going to tease today that is about PowerShell.
I love PowerShell, but the question that we might get on the exam is, what version of PowerShell is required to configure and manage Microsoft Places? Is it PowerShell 7 version 7.40 or above, PowerShell 5.1, PowerShell 6.0, PowerShell Core 6.2? Now, Michelle, if you're technical, you understand you need a version of PowerShell that supports what you are trying to do. I have been in many instances where I've tried to do something, but it's because I'm in an old version of PowerShell. It does not work. So, Michelle, you passed the test. Which one is this?
I always go with the latest version, so I would say A, PowerShell 7 version 7.4.0 or above.
Absolutely, that is the correct answer. And if you want to take your Places exam, aka.ms/Microsoft Places Tech Badge, there's 100 questions, 50. You will be presented with 50 of those. A passing grade is 80%. I see everybody commenting. I hope everybody that's commenting has gotten their Places badge, or at least attempted to get it. I have attempted to get it. I have not passed yet. I will try that here shortly. Michelle, adoption and business impact of Copilot Studio Agents and Viva Insights. This is something that we really, really want to look at, because the analytics report for Copilot is important.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to try to make their own agents. The big question is which are performing, are adding real value to the organization. So getting those insights in Viva Insights, I think is very valuable with customers that are going to start experimenting with these agents. I've built a couple myself that are already making a big difference in my day-to-day work.
Yeah, and that and more can be found in this month's aka.ms/What's New Copilot. This is a very, very large deck. We do a lot with Copilot every single month, and making sure you keep up to date is very, very important. All of that is as June 3rd. Now, this one came up as well. On LinkedIn Learning, there is a free opportunity to also learn with the AI Skills Pathway. This is free till July 31st, so don't hesitate. 100%. This is free until then. After that, it will go behind a paid model, Michelle.
Yeah, LinkedIn Learning is such a valuable resource for all these great pathways. I think there are over 100. This says 150 here. Make sure you look at this one before July 31st. It's a nice one to take with you on vacation.
Yeah, and you have to make that effort to go use AI. Make sure that you are using it. Make sure you're trying it. Make sure that everything's there. And speaking of AI, our friend Dave has a new prompt of the week, Michelle. Why don't we go ahead and see what Dave's been working on this week as well?
Welcome back to another AI prompt of the week. Microsoft has put a lot of attention on the benefits of live translation in Teams meetings. But did you know Copilot can make it just as easy to translate written documents? Let's take a look. Here's a recent press release that I want to be able to distribute internationally. I know a bit of Spanish, but I really want to send this out in the top 10 languages. In Word, all I need to do is select the inline Copilot icon and enter the prompt, translate to the top 10 languages, not including English, and label each language in English. With that, Copilot will translate and insert the text for each of the languages, and it'll label it so I know which language each section refers to. And that's this week's AI prompt of the week. If you found this valuable, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who you think might find benefit. I'll see you next time.
I like that, Michelle. Understanding everything is not in English is an important part of my job every single day to make sure that we're inclusive of everybody in the world. So that and
great again, Jimmy.
yes, and that and all of the AI prompt of the weeks can be found on our YouTube channel. Let's talk a little bit about roadmaps. So there's been a couple things that were added. I was told this actually went live today, which is why I wanted to put this out. Microsoft Teams new audit logs for give control, take control, and screen sharing. Now an admin can actually go in and look to see who took control, who gave control, and so on and so forth.
Yes, I think that's a good one for everyone to check out. The other one is noise suppression for dial-in participants in Teams audio conferences. There's always one person that comes in with crappy audio, and you can enable this with your favorite PowerShell. Right.
Yes, and simultaneous role-specific town hall and webinar views in Microsoft Teams rooms. This is for Teams rooms on Windows. So many solutions that are coming up on there. I want to thank everybody at Commsverse. You and I did not get to attend this year, but I felt like I was there with all the postings, all the pictures, and everything else. But our friend Martin, Michael, and Tom were all over there showing really, really well.
Yeah, big kudos to Martin and the team. They did an amazing job. We got a little bit of FOMO. Was the biggest Commsverse to date. I saw a lot of Tom. There was a cutout board of Tom there, and everyone was taking pictures. Whoever came up with that is a genius. It's also a big compliment to all the work that Tom has been doing. I don't want to miss this again next year.
Yes, and for our partners, my MCAP Start for Partners is available to register now. It is July 15th. Make sure to go ahead and register. This is a lot of information. There are specific courses or webinars also for Teams rooms at MCAP Start, where we're going to get the guidance for the entire fiscal year for next year. There's some rumors, Michelle, coming soon for Microsoft Ignite. Now, what those rumors are, I'm not sure, but we know it's November 17th in San Francisco. Make sure you have that week blocked off because that's an important time for us. You know, it's our Super Bowl.
I think this is my favorite event of all. We have Inspire, we have our own Start, and then we have Ignite and Build. Ignite by far is my favorite one to check out. Make sure you put a placeholder in your calendar today and then sign up whenever you get the opportunity.
Yeah, and our friends at Blue Square will be having a New York City reveal event. This will feature a few Teams rooms actually in that event. It's in New York City if you want to go. The date is Monday, June 30th. It is 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to go get that. Everything can be found on our YouTube channel. So many videos are there, AOSP, on guidance, on demo tenants, and so on and so forth. All of the links for today's show and previous shows can be found at smtr.show. We go ahead and make sure that everything's there. Michelle, I am taking 2 weeks off where I shut everything off. Let everybody know this is a great thing to do, but I shut all the things off, including LinkedIn and all of the noise that's out there and everything else. I might check in every now and then. It's hard to do it, but
yeah, but it's a well-deserved break, Jimmy. Make sure you go and enjoy that one. Close this one out like you always do.
Yeah, 100%. But I will see you in a few weeks. Michelle and the team, I think, will be keeping up, but keep paying attention on LinkedIn, and you'll find everything that we do. I want to thank everybody in the community. Thank everybody for InfoComm last week. Thank everybody from Commsverse this week. We got so much new news. And with that, Michelle, I'm going to say have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Where them rooms at? Tell me where they hiding. Microsoft Teams got the connections we're riding. Clicking on the app, but I'm lost in this maze. I need that conference vibe for the collab craze. Where them rooms at? Tell me where they hiding. Microsoft Teams got the connections we're riding. Clicking on the app, but I'm lost in this maze. I need that conference vibe for the collab.